All right, so our big focus over the past few days has been on solving systems of inequalities, and everything we've looked at so far has been linear. So, what we're going to do today is kind of go backwards. We're going to review some more linear inequalities, we're going to review graphing lines, and then we are going to look at absolute values again. So, here's the answer key to that first worksheet you had. So you can see solid, dashed, and shade between. Now, if you have some extra shading on yours because you shaded for one and then waited to shade for the other, that is totally fine. 3 and 4, this needs to be dashed and horizontal. This needs to be solid, and you need to shade below. In 4, both lines are solid, which means points on the line are included near that shaded region. And then the shaded region are all solutions as well. Okay, sorry, didn't realize you couldn't see until just now. So here's 1 and 2. Jumping down to 3 and 4, that's the example I was referencing, where you have a horizontal and dashed, solid and shaded below. Solutions cannot come from this dashed region here. They can only come from the solid line or the shaded region. So again, it's very important to know and understand kind of exactly where your solution sets and regions are coming from. Okay, jumping down, here's 5 and 6. So again, in 5, both lines are solid. So your solutions come from this and this in terms of lines and the shading between. In 6, both lines are dashed. Therefore, there are no solutions coming from the lines, only the shading. And 7 and 8. So I have your textbook, but it's kind of like the teacher's edition. So it's going to be really difficult for you to see the answers. When I get back into the classroom, um, I'll go over these answers with you because this is just too challenging to see, and I don't have my answers keys at home with you. So we'll check the rest of the homework on Monday. What I want to do now is this Desmos activity with you. So what you're going to do is take out your phone and you're going to go to a link. And we're going to do the first activity just for like 10 minutes, kind of as a group. And then the second activity is more independent. And at home, I can see exactly who's doing what and where you're at on your screens and can kind of give you comments and things along the way. So the first thing we're going to do today is go to this website here. And we're going to play, if you recall or ever played in the past, the game called Guess Who. We are going to do that with a partner in our classroom today. So you guys are each individually going to be playing Guess Who with somebody else in the room. So you're going to go to that website, and I'm actually going to play along on my phone too, that way in case any of you get like stuck or you have an issue, I might be able to give you advice based off of that. So you're going to go to student.desmos.com. And then you're going to enter in our class code. click join. You can sign in with Google if you want. You can sign in with Desmos, or you can hit continue without signing in. Any of those work. Now we are going to do some activities over the weekend. So if you have a Google account set up on your phone and it's easy for you to hit sign in with Google, I would just do it now, because the activities for this weekend, if you start them and don't finish them, or you close out of the tab on your phone, then you have to start back at the beginning. So I'm just one to create an account all the time, but you don't have to. Oh, you can't hear me. I am definitely talking. Sorry, kiddos. Didn't realize I was on mute. Somehow I got muted. So I was definitely talking. Hopefully you could follow along for the homework. If the homework was a struggle for you, this was recorded so you could go back and check your homework. Let's go back to this sign in then. So what I was saying is you're going to go to the website, you're going to type in that link, you're going to hit join. I did say that if you are going to do the assignment this weekend, and you have a Google account set up on your phone or device, I just click sign in with Google, because it is easier to sign in with Google now and not potentially lose any progress you make in the future. So we are going to have a couple activities over the weekend that we do with this as well. If you're using your phone, whether you're on an Android or an iPad, you want to make sure you change your phone's setting to desktop site. Otherwise, it's kind of glitchy. So that's why I said if you had a tablet or a laptop, you would want to use that. So make sure you turn it to a desktop site. Select your character. You can click skip the practice round. We don't need that. I can see a whole bunch of you are in my room. So that's fantastic. You're going to get paired up with somebody else. So you're going to pick a graph, and then you are going to respond yes or no answers to your classmate. So one of you is asking questions, and the other one is answering. So like I could see, like Ryan said, are the lines parallel? And so did Nick. And then like Joe is giving his answers. So make sure you know what graph is yours as well. And like I said, it's kind of like a guess who, where you're going to click back and forth between them. So again, like I said, I really enjoyed reading some of your answers as you played through that truth or not truth kind of guess who game. So what I want you to do now is you can stay on that same link, but now you're going to go to this web code. This web code is going to add you to the Algebra 2 period 4. I noticed that on the last one, none of us made logins. That's totally fine. But like I said, if you don't finish in the next 20 minutes in class, you won't be able to come back to where you were. You'll have to start the assignment over. So I highly suggest signing in using your school email or signing in using a Gmail that you already have linked and set up on your phone. So signing up with this code is going to add you to Algebra 2. You're in my period 4 class, and what you should do after you sign in using that code, you should see 2 different activities. One is going to be for absolute values, and one is for linear systems. because on Monday, we're going to be graphing linear inequalities and absolute value inequalities. So I want to make sure we remember how to graph absolute values. So there are graphing activities where I reiterate important vocabulary. So if you're a person that needs to know what words and definitions mean while you're working through this activity, maybe you want to take some screenshots, maybe you want to write down some key information in your notebook. But like I said, come Monday, you are going to be graphing absolute values all over again. So I'm going to look and see at who's in our class. I'm going to make sure